Hello guys, it's me Sim Orahara, and in this video we'll talk about one of Kubo's answers regarding the real name of the King of Souls. But before we go to the core of this video guys, don't forget to support the channel either by your likes, comments, and if you like the content, please subscribe, and if you have the ability you can give a super thanks or support me through subscribing either on my channel membership or through Patreon. And it's also a good chance to thank all the Shinigami who have activated their Shikai, Bankai or the Mugitsu through the membership or Patreon. Thank you guys so much. So returning to the video's topic, this is also a good chance to talk about this mysterious character, the most mysterious person in Bleach. So I think I started to believe that Kubo wants to delve more in the Soul King's line story, and maybe we will get his name in the anime. This fan asked Kubo about the name of Ryo. Does he have a name? Kubo replied, yes, he does, and maybe it will appear in the anime. And as you can read, it has been officially confirmed that there is a name for Ryo, and it may appear in the anime. Of course, the issue of the name may seem not important, but as long as we're talking here about Ryo, everything about him, no matter how small, may have great dimensions within the story. And this makes me wonder, has Kubo decided to abandon the idea of not introducing the story of Ryo and the nobles in the story of Bleach? Because this is what he said before the anime came back. He said that one of the reasons why he didn't talk about Ryo and the nobles, because he didn't want the story to move away from Ichigo and the Shinigami. So is it possible that with the return of the anime, Kubo wanted to reveal some of what he was hiding about Ryo and his past? Personally, I think Kubo will do something like this. I mean, I don't think he will tell us the whole story, but what will fit the story of the Quincy arc. The last trailer gave us a glimpse of this matter by showing some memories about Ryo and the person who carries the sword. I have often talked about Ryo's era because I consider it one of the special things in Bleach, as at the beginning of everything. And who knows that Kubo does not intend to give us not just Ryo's name, but rather to see who is personally. And this is frankly one of the things that interested me, the character of Ryo. Aizen called him that thing. And of course, that was based on the conditions that Ryo was in after his body parts were cut off and he became without a real will. Kizuki called him Ryo, and he is the backbone of the worlds. Yamamoto said he is a symbol of the Soul Society and lives within the Royal Palace, and Yhwach called him my father. But no one called him by his real name. And this is why perhaps the only character through which Kubo can tell us the name of Ryo and the details of his life is Ichibi. Ichibi is currently the only person who lived in Ryo's era and saw what his characters was like. So I hope to see Ichibi talking about Ryo. In the novel there is something like this, and it was Ichibi who told us the story of Ryo and how the words of Bleach were formed. However, Ichibi's speech in some parts remained vague. So I hope, and if it was really Kubo want to add that story in the anime, I hope to see more details about it. And this will give a wide depth to the story from many aspects. Among them is knowing the true motives that made Ryo accept the ancestors' decision to divide the original world. And I have already said in a previous video that Ryo's personality, or let's say his inner desire, was dominated by kind of contradiction or conflict between his desire for the original world to remain as it is, especially if we take the assumption that Yhwach is the son of Ryo, and Yhwach wanted the world to return to the old state in what was on it. In other words, Ryo may have wanted the ancient world to remain the same for the sake of his son, Yhwach. And my words here are based on what Yhwach wants. He wants the original world to be back like before, and he called Ryo my father, as well as the desire of Pernida, the king's left hand, who also has the same vision as Yhwach. It wanted to go back to the original world. And since Pernida is part of Ryo's body, there is no doubt that it may have took that desire from Ryo. On the other hand, Ryo may have wanted to believe in what the ancestor wanted, to divide the original world and build a new system. And this is what the right hand, Mimihage, adopted, that sided with the Shinigami, and it wanted to protect Ryo from Yhwach. So I would like to see Ryu's character because I find him to be an unusual character, especially with regard to his desire. And when I have seen this scene, I don't know why, but I remembered the character of Rikudo from Naruto manga. I honestly hope that the same thing that happened in Naruto will happen in Bleach. And I'm speaking here in terms of storytelling, telling all the secrets that has something to do with the history of the world. For example, for a long period of time, Rikudo Sennin was considered the good father of the ninja. And in the final arc of Naruto, everyone watched Rikudo meeting with both Naruto and Sasuke. And during that meeting, Hagoromo explained several things that has something to do with the origin of the ninja world and how his mother Kaguya ate the chakra fruit and the story of Ashura and Indra, meaning that meeting with Hagoromo was very fruitful and revealed many secrets, and we discovered the personality of Hagoromo and what are his ideas and goals, as like he was the one who established the ninja's creed and he established the ninja in order to bring the hope and not struggle. And we might have something a little bit similar in Ryu's story. When Ichibi talked about Ryu, he talked about the possibility that Ryu may have seen hope in the new world and therefore decided to accept the decision of the ancestors. And as Ichibi confirmed, it is hard to understand Ryu's will, what he wanted. So I hope Kubo gave us the full story of Ryu or some of it. And by the way, previously I had the idea that Ryu might be the villain of the story, like Acacia in the manga Toriko. But as it appears, those who carry the character of evil in the story are the actions of the ancestors, and those actions known as the original sin in the Bleach story. Therefore, as long as there will be a lot of new content in the anime, especially in the third and the fourth parts, I hope to see maybe half episode or episode that dedicated to Ryu, either in Ichigo's swim through his memories, the memories of Ryu, and see his past, or Ichibi tell us the full story, or whatever the method is. In the end, guys, what about you? What could be the name, the real name of Ryu? And is it gonna be a normal name, or it's going to be a name with a deep or a plot twist that's gonna blow up the story again? Especially since there is a talk that the first episode of the second core will start by a flashback of Yhwach. I don't know if they are gonna adapt the chapter 565 as a start for this core, or they will bring totally a new content for Yhwach's background. However, I'm so excited to see what this flashback is about. So guys, what do you think about Ryu's name? Leave your comments and see you guys in my next video.